In this lesson, we're going to set up a local host environment on a Mac computer. Now, there are a number of ways to do this, but probably the easiest is a thing called MAMP. MAMP stands for Mac, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. Easiest way to find it is just to Google it. Click on the link. We're going to download the normal version, just the basic personal web server version. The Pro version really isn't necessary for what we're going to do. So go ahead and click on the Download Now button. And of course, that will begin to download. I usually just go ahead and let it open. And once that's downloaded, we have our MAMP installer. Go ahead and just drag that into our Applications folder as normal, and that will install MAMP. MAMP is a standalone program. It doesn't actually change anything in your OS X settings, OS X applications, OS X preferences. It's basically just a standalone system. If you have web sharing enabled in your system preferences, it doesn't affect this at all. So once MAMP has been installed, you can go ahead and run MAMP, and this window will pop up. Go ahead and allow it to start. Click on Preferences. Start servers when starting MAMP, stop servers when quitting MAMP. Go ahead and have all of these selected. Leave ports the way it is. Leave PHP the way it is. And then on the Apache tab, all you need to do is change your document root. I usually have it in the Sites folder in my own user, simply because that's where I keep all of my websites. You can put it anywhere you want. Just for simplicity's sake, users, your username, and sites. Click OK. MAMP will restart if it needs to, and then click Open Start Page. This is the home page that you'll get. Again, all of the MAMP Pro information over here, but here's what's important. To see your PHP configuration, you can look at the PHP info page. Pretty standard stuff. PHPMyAdmin, we'll look at that in just a moment. The host is localhost, the user is root, and the password is root. Again, this is a local host machine. Unless you're wide open to the internet, this is completely secure. And so you don't need to worry about having root and root as your username and password. I will say if this machine that you're using is mapped to the internet with an open connection, that could be a little bit dangerous, and you might want to go ahead and change that. To set up a new database, which is our first step, go ahead and click on PHPMyAdmin and give your database a name. Let's just use sample for now. Creates a new database ready to go for your Joomla installation, and that's all you need to do there. The next step in setting Joomla up on our localhost machine is to, of course, download Joomla. So head over to joomla.org/download and grab the latest version of Joomla, in this case Joomla 1.6.3. Download the full package. Once that's downloaded, move it into your sites directory and uncompress the file. Once that file is uncompressed, you'll see that you have all of the standard Joomla files and folders, including the installation directory. One thing I'm going to recommend here is that you change this from Joomla _1.6.3 stable full _package to just Joomla 1.6 or something like that. I'm going to call it Joomla 16. Again, recommend that simply because typing all of that in after localhost is really a pain. And if you want to have multiple versions of your Joomla install, you might want to call them Joomla 16-1, 16-2, whatever you want. But in this case, Joomla 16. Now in my browser, all I have to do is go to localhost, Joomla 16. And it brings up the Joomla 1.6 installation screen. I'm going to choose English, United States. All of these should be in green. This is pretty standard from Joomla 1.5. If anything here is in red, we have a problem with our PHP installation. That won't happen on a localhost install. However, it might happen with your hosting service. If it does, those errors need to be fixed before you continue. The license, and now our database. MySQL, localhost, username is root, password is root, sample is the database we set up just a moment ago, and I'm going to leave the table prefixes the same. I can change these, but I always encourage you to leave an underscore there to separate the table prefix from the table name. FTP configuration, most users can skip this step, so we shall. And now give it a site name. I'm going to call mine Joomla Fun Pit. Put in your email address, a username that's not the word admin,